There are plenty of business owners that we work with that have taken their previous profession and turned it into their current business. But many of these other business owners, which I would say is 50% or more of who we work with, are people that like this is their first business and it is a complete opposite or very, very different than what their jobs were before. Like someone who maybe worked at a bank and now, they're doing social media for somebody. It's like that has nothing to do with each other. So they can't lean on some of the experiences they had. And then when they come in here, they're like, well, this is a good idea because people want it, but it doesn't necessarily mean you believe in it. And I think that's a lot of what our system does is let's flesh out if this is a good idea for you, and if it really is great, is it now a good idea for the audience that you're targeting? Okay. Well, then why? Let's explain that. And that's where our 5 Ws come in. But it's like it sometimes it just takes that second set of eyes, like you and I as coaches, or even having a friend take a look at this or a mentor and be like, hey, what do you see? Because you start to get what's called confirmation bias. And you start finding ways to believe in it, but you're not really like, hey, this is definitely what I should be doing. And look, I'm guilty of this too, but I'm willing to cut ties quickly. I'm willing to be like, nah. And it's not about shiny object syndrome and I want the other thing. It's like, hey, I like to test. I like to test, 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 test. I've done it my whole life. And it's like, let me feel this. Let me see who wants it out there. Even today, I had a client that was just like, I just want to be around you and Tom. And my brain's already like, are there ways to do that without creating a whole new thing? And there's not. We have stuff that we could plug people into. And there's not enough where I want to have just like, hey, come hang out with Adam and Tom and feel good. There's times when you have to just be like, okay, this doesn't work for me. Forget the freaking audience. I don't care what you sell. You drive around your neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen, and just look, like go outside of your neighborhood, drive around the where the stores are and the industrial parks, and every one of those buildings has a multimillionaire running it. Like it's not that impressive to be a millionaire, by the way. Okay, it just isn't. Sorry, but all those things are millionaires running it, and it doesn't mean that all these people around you are that much more disciplined, that much smarter, had that much better of a mousetrap to sell. They might be selling pipes for plumbing. They might be selling kitchen tiles. They might be selling ice cream cones or pizza or dresses or skincare or services like accounting and coaching. Like you can do anything, but if you're not in it, okay, you're not gonna ever be successful unless you go home miserable every night.